Hello, my name is Crystal Clear Mystic. I am a spiritual guide and a psychic. I am outside in my garden globe today and I feel called to do a message. I was sitting out here and right before I came on, there were three birds that were having like a quabble in front of my, in front of my globe. And it was two birds that were kind of red feathered and one other bird that was a little bit more bland looking, and the two birds kind of like beat up on the other one and pushed it out. So there was this feeling of being left out in the cold, and I think that has something to do with this reading. So I'm going to pull some cards and see kind of what comes out, but definitely a feeling of being left out in the cold, or being kind of left out of the group, or like shunned from the group in some type of way. And it looks like you're leveling up from this. So you're coming out of this, this kind of energy of being left out, of being singled out. Spirit is saying that needed to happen so that you could be around the people that you need to be around, or that you're supposed to be around. So they moved you away from these people so that you could come back to yourself, so that you could come back to like what you enjoy without judgment and without fear of that being seen as negative by others. And this is a time of healing for you in some ways. So this is a time of like healing past these kind of like relationship issues that you've had, or these situations that maybe haven't worked out, or like situations where you've been or felt really singled out. You may identify with being like a chosen one, is what Spirit is saying to me. And you're making moves to kind of like shift the way that you're like thinking about things, to make forward progress in how you see yourself compared to maybe how other people see you. There was a loss, or there was definitely, so this kind of coincides with the birds earlier, there was a loss that happened randomly, like that you didn't expect, some type of grief experience that occurred, that you maybe thought would never happen, or somebody that you thought you would be friends with forever, or like would be around forever, and that's just like not the case. And it caused like a grief or a loss experience for you. So you're learning how to like stand in your power and set boundaries and maintain your own safety and protect your own energy. And this comes with like walking away and seeing the things that maybe you couldn't see before because your ego was blocking you from seeing it, or from being able to acknowledge it. And 322 on my timer. And that's leading you to more fulfillment, because you're seeing things for what they really are. You're acknowledging your relationships for what they really are, and recognizing really what they were giving you compared to what you were giving it. And you're choosing to walk away from that. It seems like a lot of your relationships gave you a lot of anxiety or fear. There was like a difficulty in being able to be authentic and true to yourself without judgment, is what I'm hearing. And you're choosing to kind of move into relationships that fill your cup, that make you feel more fulfilled and happy in this kind of new beginning of that. It sounds like you were kind of pushed into that space, because it's not something that maybe you wanted to see, or something that you saw previously. But with some type of spiritual awakening or something, it seems like that's kind of what caused the shift for you. That's kind of what made you see these illusions and see through them for what they really were. Sometimes love kind of blinds us, and we can't always see things for what they truly are until it's time. So this is leading to you closing out a cycle, so that you can move into a new chapter, right? So this is death and rebirth. And so this is kind of bringing you into a space of being able to create a new beginning for yourself, and close out like an old cycle of like pain, giving too much, over giving, to be able to come into more of a space of like balance. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. So, you know, this is kind of bringing you into a space of like acknowledging your strength, acknowledging your power, seeing like what you truly are capable of, and like not letting other people kind of hold you back in that. So if this resonated, please do let me know. And if you did make it to the end of this, right, that I'm ready to close the cycle. I'm ready to be renewed. And I wish you the best of luck. Love and light.